We've just had a 1 in 100 year rain event here and massive flooding in the whole area. I could show you what it's like just 2 kilometers away, and that's just a lake down the hill. And we're here to check out the farm and see how everything's surviving. So I'm out in the farm now, checking it out after the last storm event that we had. There was a 1 in 100 year rain event, and the ground is extremely soft. My beds, everything's looking pretty good at the moment. The telling is going to be when I'm pulling carrots out of the ground. I've had this happen before where the plants look fantastic on top, and then you pull a carrot and you only pull the top inch off the carrot, and the rest is just mush because it's rotten from sitting with wet feet for too long. As you can see around the ground, it is very wet and soft still walking here. But the garden's looking okay. So let's have a look. And that looks pretty good. This is actually going to go in tonight's dinner for me, because if you can hear, I'm a little bit sick. So I'm going to get some carrots and some ginger. I've got at home a bone broth on the brewer. So it's going to be tonight's dinner. Beautiful fresh ginger. I'm going to be making a lovely soup tonight with this. So in the beds at the moment, I have 2 varieties of carrots here, which I'm just overwintering, going to be ready for spring, and a bed of spring onions and a red bulbing spring onion. I really enjoy those. They're quite fragrant and they work really well using them fresh. You can see how exposed all these paper chains are as well on these spring onions. These were covered up by soil over a week ago, and all this rain just causing erosion and compaction has lifted them out. Now the roots are probably a little bit exposed, so I should cover this either in some more compost or hay or some sort of mulch. This is my garlic section of the farm. It's the part that I'm actually worried about the most. I had a lot of problems with this last year. We had a very wet winter as well, and lost a lot of garlic to rot. And ever since I've planted this, it's been nearly 2 months of straight rain and extreme rain the last week. So this is the part that I'm worried about. I can see that germination has been a little bit patchy in spots, but it does look pretty good overall. There's been heaps of erosion in here though. This part is the steepest part of my farm, and I can see that there's heaps of soil that's washed off into the walkways. So there's been lots of erosion down here, right where Ellie just walked. You can even see the garlic that's been left there, and all the dirt's washed away around it and into the walkways, which is just flattened out now. These beds used to be quite raised. So let's go have a look at the food forest section that I've been building and see how that's surviving. After all the floods and rain, my dam has got a fair bit of water in it. It's still unfortunately not holding on to water, and so it doesn't last very long. As you can see, it's not even reaching the tops. But I'll have to get the excavator in again and try to dig down to some clay. The dogs love it though. It's a perfect height for a dog swim. The food forest section is holding up pretty good after the floods. The swales here are doing exactly what they're designed for, which is damming the water for everything that I planted in here. This is one that I only built last year, and I haven't planted any trees or anything in it yet, but you can see how there's a high point in it, and these major water events are kind of a good time because I can come in
and dig out those parts of the swale so the water will pool evenly in the swale. So this swale's held up pretty well. It's a couple of years old. Obviously, it needs a little bit of maintenance. The grass has taken over a bit. I can see, they've got this black fig, for example, and this thing's had a bit of erosion under the base here. With all this extreme weather that's just happened and all the rain, it's washed away. So I'm going to have to come in and add some compost or mulch. But overall, it looks pretty good. But this has been a major event. People have lost their lives, lost their houses, all of that. It's flooded just down the street here. It is a really sad thing that's happened. It's pretty extreme. There's been lots of loss. I just hope everyone else survives and try to learn from things in the future if we can make better designs and better management.